Hello and welcome. My name is Sammy, and tonight we're doing a Hatha Yoga class for women's health. And tonight you're going to need 2 blocks. So make sure you have them handy by your mat. And let's get started in a comfortable seated position. Just making yourself comfortable on your mat, relaxing your legs and hips. Softening your shoulders down away from your ears. And taking a gentle lift into your spine. Just arriving here and now, arriving in your body, and becoming aware of your breath. And as you draw your awareness into gentle focus of your body, mind, and breath, just allowing the day and your external environment to drift away, melting away out of focus. And beginning to take some nice, slow, full breaths. Inviting your breath all the way down into the lower lobes of your lungs. And exhaling completely. Maybe taking a gentle sigh for your first few rounds. Just helping you to let go. Feeling each breath to be deeply nourishing. And now just expanding on your breath, only if it feels comfortable. Inhaling. We'll inhale for the count of 4. Hold for a moment. Exhale for 4. Holding the breath out for a moment. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 4. Hold. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 4. Hold. We'll do one more round. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And come back to your regular breathing pattern. Just taking a couple of breaths here, allowing your breath and your lungs to settle. And getting ready to move into 5 rounds of Gauranga breathing, taking one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart center. And we'll exhale completely. Take a nice full breath in. And say the sound. Gauranga. Continuing on, inhale. Gauranga. Inhale. Gauranga. Inhale. Gauranga. Last time, inhale. Gauranga. And releasing your hands to your lap. Relax your breath and gently open your eyes. Bringing some movement into our neck, shoulders, and spine. Dropping your chin toward your chest. And taking the head up, moving quite freely, moving with your breath as you feel that range of motion through your neck joints. And this nice familiar movement makes it nice and easy to just flow with your breath. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. And coming back to center and turning your head from side to side in nice fluid movements. And gently working your head right to the side until you feel a nice stretch through the neck. And last time. Coming back to center, taking your left hand to your right knee, placing your right hand back behind you, going into a spinal twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen, holding there as you exhale and soften through your belly, looking over your shoulder. And feeling into all the nooks and crannies of your spine as you hold the twist. And slowly release back to center, coming around to the other side, taking your right hand to your left knee. Left hand planted behind you. Lift and spiral. And then begin to exhale, soften into your belly, maintaining that lift. And gently pressing the back shoulder back, turning to look over your shoulder. And using that right hand to press against your knee, helping you to spiral round. And slowly release. Come back to center. Taking your right hand to the floor, reaching the left arm up, softly bending through the right elbow as you reach up and over. And we're going to hold it here. So anchoring down through your hips and feeling that nice opening through your side body and bending through the spine. And we're going to transition to the other side by curling forward, and I want you to feel into all the sensations of the movement. So drawing your shoulder forward, closing down through the chest, and then tracing your fingers over the floor as you drop your head forward, and then your right hand follows, making a nice big arc on the floor. Left hand comes to the floor, softly bend through the elbow, and then reaching the arm up. Now the right arm is reaching up and over, anchoring down through the right hip. One more breath here. And lifting up. And coming over onto all fours. Stacking your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Pressing the floor away so that your shoulders are switched on. And inhaling, tilting your pelvis forward, looking forward, lengthening your spine, arching your back. Exhaling, tucking the tailbone, chin in toward your chest, rounding through your spine, looking toward your navel. Inhaling, looking forward. Exhaling. Continue moving with your breath. And bringing those slight pauses that we practiced in our breathing, just pausing at the end of the exhalation, the end of the inhalation. One more time each way. Coming back to center. Inhale, taking the left arm up and the right leg back. And we'll balance here for a moment first. So reaching the leg up as the hip rolls down and taking the arm forward, and then simultaneously reaching forward into your fingertips and back into your toes. Pressing down firmly into your foundation to help you stabilize. And then exhaling, drawing the elbow and the knee in toward each other, lifting up through the chest and the belly. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. And release. Take a breath between sides. And raising the right arm and the left leg. Keeping the left hip working down as you reach the leg back. Maybe taking the leg and the arm up. Reaching out into the fingertips and toes. Pressing down into your palm, your shin, and the front of your foot. And then moving with your breath, inhale to reach. Exhale, elbow and knee drawing in toward each other. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Come back to center. Take a breath. Oh, that was a nice little warm-up. Inhale, taking the right arm up, and exhale, taking the arm down and through for thread the needle. Lowering your cheek to the floor, shoulder to the floor. And keeping your knees stacked under your hips as you reach your hips back. And then taking the left arm up and back, placing your hand on your sacrum or tucking your hand in front of your right thigh. And then peeling the top shoulder back, spiraling the ribs through. So the lower ribs and chest pressing forward as the top shoulder presses back. Two more breaths here. Exhaling, unraveling, pressing up onto all fours. And transitioning to the other side, inhaling, taking the right arm up, and exhaling, inhale, taking the left arm up, and exhale, taking the arm down and through. Bringing your cheek to the floor, and sweeping the right arm up and back to rest on your sacrum or tucked into your inner thigh. And bringing the lower ribs through as you take the top shoulder back. Settling into your breath. Inhale. And exhale to slowly release. Pressing yourself up. Coming onto all fours. Taking a short rest if you like. And we're going to go into downward dog. So we're going to practice downward dog, but just have your blocks handy because we're going to do just a few rounds of downward dog with some knee drives to work into our core and shoulders. And if you find that driving your knee in a downward dog feels a little bit tricky, you can elevate your hands a little to create a little more space in your downward dog. So it just makes it easier to drive the knee forward. And it's also really cool if you want to practice doing a little step through. So that's why we have them there. We'll start with our hands to the floor though. Getting yourself set up for downward dog, tucking your toes, spreading your fingers nice and wide, pressing down into your palms as you reach your hips up. And lifting your heels to start, And then begin alternating lifting and lowering your heels to stretch out through the backs of your legs. Such a yummy way to stretch out at the end of the day. And then settling into downward dog, holding at a comfortable position. Option to softly bend through the knees to help lengthen your spine if needed. Holding here for one more full breath. And now taking the shoulders forward first. Taking them over the wrists. And then pressing back into downward dog. And shoulders forward. Hold. Driving through your belly and hips, coming back, downward dog. Last time, taking the shoulders forward. And lifting back, downward dog. Now we're going to go into knee drives here, so if you'd like to implement the blocks, taking them under your hands. And if you want to have the added stretch too, you can raise the right leg up. And then exhale, driving the knee down and through, press the floor away, curling through the chest. Inhale, send it back. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, shoulders come forward, lift the knee toward the chest, rounding through the chest. And release, setting the foot down. Moving to the other side. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, shoulders come forward, knee drives up, round through the chest. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. And release. Coming back into downward dog. And knees to the floor. Going straight into a lunge now. You can keep your blocks handy if you want to use them for the lunge series. Stepping your right foot forward. Flattening out through your back toes, back foot. Bringing your hands to your front knee. Allowing your hips to soften down toward the floor. And if you just want to ease into it a little, you can lift and lower with your breath. Lifting through the pelvic floor, drawing in through the belly. Exhale down. It's a nice way to allow your body some time to adjust and relax into what's quite a deep stretch. Holding here. And inhaling, taking the arms up. Reaching through the upper body as your hips descend toward the floor. I like to gently draw in through the navel. Helps to create a little bit of integrity through the hips and torso. And exhale. Lower your hands to the floor. Walking your right foot out to the outer edge of your mat. Bringing both hands so they're stacked under your shoulders. Going into a diagonal lunge. And if you'd like to go into a deeper stretch, you can come down onto your forearm or forearms. Holding here for just a few breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Pressing your hands to the floor. Tucking your back toes under and either stepping back onto all fours or you can take a downward dog in between sides. Stretch out. And then knees to the floor. Step the left foot forward. Flatten your back foot. Hands to your front knee. And finding a way into lunge at a pace that feels good for you. Either lifting and lowering or just easing into a nice static hold. And when you're ready, inhaling to raise your arms up, reaching up into your fingertips, feeling your ribs lifting up out of your hips and waistline. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Walking your left foot out to the outer edge of your mat. Placing both hands under your shoulders. And either staying here or coming down onto one forearm or both forearms. Softening into your hips. Getting ready to release, bringing your hands to the floor, pressing yourself up, stepping back through downward dog just for a brief moment, stretching out through your legs. And knees to the floor, hips to your heels, and taking a child's pose just for a few breaths before we make our way up to standing poses. Allowing yourself to let go completely. A child's pose shaped mini shavasana to end that opening segment. Allowing yourself to let go and reset completely. And lifting your head and shoulders, peeling yourself up, sitting on your heels. And then making your way to the top of the mat. Getting ready for 3 rounds of sun salutations. Modifying as needed, going at your own pace. Starting in mountain with both feet grounding. Reaching into the crown of your head, shoulders down and back. On your next inhale, reaching up, bringing your palms together, looking to your thumbs. Feeling your spine lifting and lengthening. Exhaling, folding forward, maybe bending through the knees. Inhale, flat back, fingertips to the floor or hands to your shins. Exhaling, hands to the floor and jump or step back into plank. Elbows in as you lower down through chaturanga. Inhaling into cobra or upward dog, just being mindful of your spine. Exhaling, driving through the belly and hips as you press back into downward dog. Holding here for 3 breaths. Exhale completely, looking between your hands. Jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms together. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back. Lower down. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, lift back into downward dog. Hold for 3 breaths. Exhale completely, jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhaling, arms by sides. One final round. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhaling, downward dog. Slow, patient breaths. Exhale. Emptying the lungs, jumping or stepping forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhaling, arms down by your sides. Take a breath. Noticing all that beautiful circulation and invigoration. Okay, staying where you are. Feet are either together or hip distance apart, coming through a chair pose and forward fold series. Grounding down through your feet, bending through your knees, sweeping the arms forward and up as you drop down into your hips, scooping in through your belly. Shoulders down away from your ears, lengthening up into your fingertips. Just a couple more breaths here. Exhaling, lowering your hands, straightening out through your legs as you fold forward, coming into a standing forward fold. So here you can make adjustments to your feet if you want to have them hip distance apart. I always like to have my feet slightly pigeon-toed so that the outside edges of my feet are running parallel with the mat. So it feels like it's pigeon-toed, but actually feels aligned under my hips. And from here, folding forward, either taking blocks under your hands or hooking your first two fingers around your big toes. So just so you've got that point of contact, moving through some dynamic half lift to fold forward. Inhaling up, lengthen. As you lengthen forward, reaching back into your sitting bones. And then curling forward on the exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Holding in forward fold. Taking the right hand to the outside of the left ankle and placing your left hand on top of your sacrum. And then we're going to draw the right ribs toward the left, pressing against the ankle to help bring that nice revolving motion through your upper body. And if that hand wraps all the way around, just like we did in Thread the Needle, you can tuck it in front of the right thigh. And then release. Come back to center in your forward fold, and then moving to the other side, left hand to the outside of the right ankle. And revolving around to the right, maybe taking the right hand up and over or to the sacrum. Pressing into that lower palm. And exhale, release. Hugging in one more time in your forward fold. And then slowly making your way back up to standing. Take a breath. And then from the top of your mat, stepping your right foot back for warrior one. So starting with your left leg forward, right foot back at 45 degrees, bending into the front knee and keeping your knee aligned with your front toes. And just checking on your foundation first, lifting through the back inner arch, navel gently drawing in, bringing the right shoulder forward. So that hip is going to be slightly rotated, but trying to bring the shoulders forward and the ribs through, and then taking your arms up. And keep dropping down into your legs and reaching upwards. Good, holding here. Breathing naturally. Excellent. I'm going to go from here to open up into Warrior Two. So adjusting your front foot over slightly, opening up through the back foot, opening your arms out to shoulder height, dropping down through the hips, seeing if you can bring that thigh maybe parallel to the floor, maybe somewhere close to it. Feeling your legs strengthening, hips are strengthening. And taking it back, reverse warrior, just for a moment. Nice big opening stretch. And then exhaling, rotating that back foot, so you're coming up onto the balls of your feet, ball of your foot, and stepping your foot forward. Take a breath between sides. And then step the left leg back for Warrior One on the right side. With your back foot at an angle and bringing that knee stacked above your, right knee stacked above your ankle, raising the arms up, trying to keep the left shoulder drawing forward to help align the torso over the hips. Gently drawing in through your navel, keeping your breath flowing. Releasing out to Warrior Two. Just carefully heel-toeing that front foot across slightly, opening out the back foot a little, and taking your arms to shoulder height, turning to look just beyond your front fingertips. Sinking the hips down. Good. And release. Taking your left hand down, reaching the right arm up and over, and then getting ready to step forward, swiveling the back foot around. Nice big long step forward. Give your legs a little shake. Okay. Stepping the feet out wide. And turning your right toes out. Bring the left toes in slightly. Going into side angle pose, so bending through the right knee. And taking the right arm out, reaching out through your side body, so you're nice and long through your torso. Engage through your legs and engage through your torso. Bring your forearm to rest on your thigh, hand to a block or hand all the way to the floor. And then sweep the left arm down and through, bringing the arm to rest just above your ear. Navel drawing in, keeping a gentle lift through the pelvic floor and hips so that we're not collapsing down into our legs and hips. Okay, we're going to get ready for the fun transition of the evening. We're going to go from here to half moon. Feel free to use a block if you like. I will. Don't mind if I do. So we're going to go from here. It's all about your weight transferal. So shifting your weight forward over that front leg first. Hand out in front, nice and steady. And then keeping your core and hips engaged. Flexing through the back foot as you float the back leg up. And taking the top arm up. Opening up through your chest. Squeezing through the hips. Good, and release. Bending through the front knee, carefully lowering the back toes to the floor. And coming back up to stand. I'm taking my block ready to go over the other side. Now transferring over to the other side now, turning the left toes out, right toes in slightly, bending through the knee, and setting yourself up to be nice and lifted, switched on through your torso as you lower your forearm to your thigh, hand to a block or hand all the way to the floor. Sweeping the right arm down, so your top arm then Creates this nice kind of arc motion, bringing your upper arm to rest just by your face. Holding and breathing. Okay, let's get ready to fly to the moon. Taking your hand to the top of your block or hand to the floor. Start shifting your body weight. So that's step one. Shift your body weight, dragging that back toe. Lower hand to the floor or the block. Navel drawing in, squeeze through the hips. And then float the leg up. Oop, and then taking the arm up. Opening up through your chest. Gazing at a point to help you balance. And releasing out, reversing out the same way. So bending through the knee, toes to the floor. Lift and control as you come up to stand. And turning both toes to face forward or slightly in, slightly pigeon-toed. Lift and lengthen, folding forward, just taking a nice short, relaxed forward fold, cradling your elbows in your hands, allowing your upper body to just hang forward and relax, stretching out through the backs of your legs. Gently engaging, squeezing through your thighs, lifting your knees, lifting the kneecaps. Just one more breath here. And to release out of the pose, we're going to press our hands to the floor, coming into a half lift. Heel toe your feet in enough that you can bring your heels under your hips, toes out, and then lowering your hips down to find yourself in Malasana. Elbows working into the insides of your legs, palms together. Making our way down to the floor now. Steady breathing. And if you can, carefully releasing your hips to the floor and taking your legs out wide. Okay, just taking a moment here to feel aligned and comfortable in the pose, and if you need to take a blanket or something underneath your hips to help relieve any restriction through your lower back, please go ahead and do so. Taking a gentle lift and lengthen, and then folding forward, folding at the hips as you flex your toes back toward you. So you might already start feeling a stretch here. Just listening to your body. You can go as far forward as you like. Just keeping your pelvis tilting forward and keeping the feet rolling back. And pressing yourself up. Sliding your right hand down your right leg, reaching up and over with the left arm, maybe reaching for the toes. Anchoring down through the left hip as you reach up and over to the right. Good. And press back up to center. And over to the other side. Coming back up. And we're going to come into a seated twist, bringing your left leg under and your right leg over. Both hips grounding down to the floor. Drawing that leg in so it's nice and snug, and then rotating around to the right. Planting your right hand back behind you and taking your elbow to the outside, left elbow to the outside of the right knee, turning to look over your shoulder. And just gently pressing against the knee to help you lift and spiral. And release back to center, change sides, bringing the right leg under and the left leg over. Settling in first, and then taking either your hand to your knee or opposite elbow to the outside of your left knee. The left hand is planted behind you as you lift and spiral to the left. And slowly release. Hugging both knees in. And then coming down onto your back. Giving your knees a little squeeze. And circling through your knees. And back in the opposite direction. And now lowering both feet to the floor. Setting yourself up for bridge pose. Bringing your heels in as close as feels comfortable. Arms down alongside your body, palms down. Tuck your tailbone and lift up through your hips, peeling your spine up off the floor one vertebra at a time. Just taking a couple of breaths here as we make our way up into full bridge. You might like to go further by interlocking your hands under your body, drawing your shoulder blades together, and then pressing a little higher through your hips and sternum. And for more of a challenge, just heel toeing your left foot across to the midline of your body. So pressing down into the mat with your left foot, raising the right knee up, maybe extending the right leg, reaching up into your toes, pressing down into your foundation, hips are lifting. And exhale, right foot to the floor. Bringing it to that nice midline point to help you balance, and then raising the left knee. Lift through the hips, maybe extending the leg. Pressing down strongly into your right foot, your forearms. And exhale. Bend the knee, lower the foot. Coming back into bridge. Let's lift just for a couple more breaths, really lifting through the hips and sternum. And then exhale. Unravel your shoulders, release your hands and lower your spine to the floor, one vertebra at a time. And then hugging your knees into your chest. Relax and release. Final pose, we'll take a little happy baby. Holding onto the soles of your feet, bending through your knees. And pressing your knees down toward the floor. Feeling your thighs sliding down along the side of your body. Shoulders down away from your ears. And release. Cross your ankles, holding one foot in each hand, rocking your hips from side to side, and then changing the other foot over the top. Again, rocking your knees from side to side. And now making our way into Shavasana. Lying nice and flat. Feet falling naturally out to the sides with your arms down by your sides, palms turned up. Gently tucking your chin to lengthen through your neck. And then making yourself comfortable with any props that you'd like. Blanket, bolster, cushion. And taking some time to notice how your mind and body feel at the end of your practice. And also giving your body and your mind some time to assimilate the benefits of all the techniques we've just practiced. And before we go into the guided relaxation, just setting an intention already for yourself. Nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. This is a time for complete rest. The whole world can wait for the next 15 minutes. Giving yourself completely to this opportunity to rest and relax. And just taking your breath and your awareness all the way down to the soles of your feet. Relaxing your toes from your big toes to your little toes. Relax the soles of your feet. Your inner arches and outer arches. And feeling your heels to be heavy as they rest against the floor. Softening into your ankles. And relaxing into your calf muscles. Feeling your shins to be heavy. Relaxing your knees, the knee joints and all the muscles surrounding the knee joints. And relaxing into your thighs and hamstrings. Feeling both of your hips to be heavy and relaxed. Letting go of any tension in your pelvic region. And relaxing into your belly, from your lower belly, through the center, around your navel, and all the way up near your diaphragm, and just feeling your whole abdominal region to be soft and relaxed. Feeling as if the sides of your torso are melting down toward the floor. And relaxing into your chest. Relaxing your ribs and the muscles in between each rib. And softening into your lungs. And softening into your heart center. Moving upwards to your shoulders, feeling your collarbones broadening and releasing. Relax the tops of your shoulders and down and around your shoulder joints. letting go of any tension or anything that you might be kind of holding on to or carrying. And begin to soften into your upper arms, your elbows, and your forearms. Softening into your wrists and hands, and becoming aware of the gentle prickling sensation of prana circulating your palms. And gently moving your awareness and your breath all the way over to the lower region of your back. Feeling your sacrum broadening and relaxing. Relaxing your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back. And feeling all the muscles either side of your spine relaxing and releasing. Letting go of any tension that you might be holding in your spine and central nervous system. Your head is getting heavier and heavier as it rests against the floor. Smoothing out any creases in your forehead as you relax into your jaw, your face, your cheeks, your mouth. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm and easily able to slip into a deep state of relaxation. Now taking the next couple of minutes to rest and relax. Nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. You can continue laying where you are or start to wake up your body by wriggling your fingers and toes. And if you'd like to sit up for the last little bit of kirtan, just rolling over onto one side and making your way up to a seated position. Otherwise you can stay laying where you are and just allow the sound to wash over you, chanting along as you feel comfortable. And we'll sing the mantra, Gauranga. And just listening to the sound, and drawing it in through your mind and down into your heart, And as you sing the sound, singing from your heart. Goranga, 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 Goranga. Closing off our practice by bringing our palms together in prayer position and bowing our heads to offer our respects to each other, and bowing once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste.